Hi guys, how are you all doing? Are you all doing well? Right, I have a big announcement for 2024 that is going to impact and change my life. Hello guys, good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. I am actually on a break. I took a break from just doing stuff in the front room with Carl. I'll be showing that in a vlog. You won't believe. Anyway, that's beside the point and irrelevant to this video. But I took a break and I came in here and I was sitting down and Carl got a phone call from his friend, so he went upstairs to take it, which is fine. And I thought, you know what, I'll do a quick video. So today is Sunday and I'm actually feeling refreshed. Because, well, I've had a couple of big sleeps as well, which helps. And I just feel refreshed and I just thought, yeah. But while I was having my downtime, I was thinking about 2024. And I thought, oh, okay, like, what are you doing with 2024? Most year, I'm not into this make a resolution and do this and new you, new year, new you. I'm 47. You know, this is me. This is me. This is the best version of me at the moment. And I'm actually quite happy with myself. Like, I don't need to go and make a resolution to do anything. One of the things I want to do is get myself a good nighttime routine. That is one thing, because I believe with sleep, you can handle anything if you've enough sleep. And again, this is part of my strategy. Do you have a strategy for a year? Maybe. This is part of things I want to implement. A couple of things I want to implement is making sure I get enough sleep, making sure I get enough downtime, making sure I'm doing something that is not internet based, not social media based, but is actually just pure relaxing for me. Be that reading a book, be that going to Reiki, be that getting, I don't know, acupuncture for myself. That I'm taking time to prioritise myself. Something I don't think I've done much of in the years gone by. I haven't sort of sat down and gone, you need to prioritise yourself. Mainly because 2018, my father died. And obviously my children, who'd lived beside him for years and holidayed with him, done everything with him. I mean, he was the apple of their eyes. He sadly passed away. And my priority then was helping my mother to cope, because I'm an only child. So, was helping my mother through that time. And also my children needed me. And really, the one person I thought would step up didn't, and so that left me prioritising everybody else and not myself. And that was sort of a hard lesson to learn for me personally, was if I don't prioritise myself, nobody else is going to put me up there to prioritise me. But I need to stand up for me and go, actually, do you know what, I need time out, or I need... instead of, I was just in 2018, sort of to 2000, probably 19, 20, I was just getting them through all their grief and helping them grieve. And there was so many changes going on in their lives with college and school. Then in the October that year, their father and myself separated. And that was again another grieving process for them. And trying to help them through that while they were doing exams, going to college, you know, and trying to keep everything. So this year, I feel 2024 is the year where I'm going to prioritise me. I am going to actually be the one that goes, do you know what, Orly, you need time out. You need to take a break. You need this, you need that. Because as I said, I haven't done it for years. I know there's a lot of things coming down the line. I am fairly resilient, as in I can usually change and adapt to the situation that's happening. But I have to learn to be resilient in a productive manner, as in making sure my mental health is okay, making sure my emotions are okay, making sure I'm okay, you know. So things I know for definite is I am actually getting divorced this year. Things have started moving. I got informed from a solicitor on the 1st of, no, he sent me the email on the 1st of December to tell me that things were starting. I didn't see it for a couple of days later. But anyway, so that kicked off. Now, I've had this hanging over me for the last year and a couple of months. I learned that my ex was planning on proceeding with a divorce. I'm not bothered. Don't get to. I'm not getting married. I'm not. There's no reason for me to get divorced. But clearly, he has a reason, and that's valid. That's fine. I mean, I'm not going to stand up and go no. But in 2022, November of 2022, I received a text saying he wanted to, it was time we got a divorce. Well, we don't want a divorce, you want a divorce, so be very clear on that. I would be quite happy to mosey on as we are. But look, hey ho, that's just me. I don't see why the expense of a divorce should be undertaken unless you want to remarry. But look, as I said, that's just me. Can't think for everybody. So I was told in November via text. Now, some of you will know I have worked very hard to maintain to maintain a cordial relationship with my ex for the sake of the children. We have 3 children together. We are going to be forever in each other's lives, whether we like it or not. You can divorce me, but guess what? We're still going to have to meet, and we still have to, there's children involved. They may be adults, but there's going to be certain times when paths cross. So I worked very hard to keep that cordial. As a thanks for my efforts, I got a text to say, I think it's time we filed a divorce, and the man has never spoke to me since. He has, once or twice. I've sent him a text asking him what's happening, because he told me he'd be very quick, and I also had to meet him at Haley's neurology appointment. So they're the only 2 times we talked. The second time I talked at the Haley's neurology appointment, he told me he had a solicitor, he had a barrister, he had this person, that person, whatever, all working on his team. Fine. I have chosen not to get a solicitor and represent myself. That is not to say further down the line I don't decide to get a solicitor involved and just go, right, you deal with it from here on in. But I'm hoping it's going to be fairly cordial and fairly amicable and swift. But. Totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I have been quoted everything for a solicitor. They said about 7,500 to 10,000. Usually they're non-contested, fairly straightforward divorces, or 10,000 up. And I said to the solicitor at the time, well, what's the dearest price? He's 28,000 or something for a divorce. I thought, no, ain't happening. I didn't pay that amount to marry him. I'm not paying that much to divorce him. And please don't get it twisted. It's not because I don't want a divorce, because, oh my God, I'm still so in love with him. Let's not get it twisted. I don't want a divorce because I don't believe that there is a reason to get divorced if you're not getting remarried. Especially from my point of view. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not getting remarried. I don't need a divorce. Wills out there can sort all that out. So I just think it's an unnecessary expense at this moment. So this went on for a year, and I was saying to someone, I felt like the whole of 2023, I just feel like it's hanging over me like a cloud. And she was like, but that's your choice. And then I thought, but she's right. I have given it that power. I have made this thing powerful in my life. So I thought, right, no more. So my big thing, I suppose, going forward is, like, even with the house here, we moved back into this house and there's so much stuff that needs doing. Now, obviously, with the upcoming divorce, I don't know if I'm going to be here this time next year. I don't know if I'm going to be here in 6 months. But I was saying it to her, and I was like, I can't do nothing in the house. I can't do this, I can't do that. And she was like, you can. But she says, you just have to be willing to. And I was like, yeah, but I can't. Like, there's so many rules and regulations that come with it. And she was like, Orla, she said, will you cop the hell on? You don't sit in your front room because you hate your sofa. I was like, yeah. I said, but I don't want to waste money on getting a big sofa. And she was like, oh. She said, how are you wasting money? She said, you're going to sit on it, you're going to enjoy it, and then you can take it with you. She says, where is the waste? And I was going, oh yeah, I suppose. I said, but then I don't know where I might end up living. And she was going, so it goes into storage. She was like, why are you putting so many obstacles in your way to allow you to enjoy your life? So then the other day, myself and Carol actually were sitting in the front room, and there's these tiles put to the wall. And she was like, I sent her a picture of them, and I went, don't even know what they are. They're just like foam foam tiles. I said, I don't even know what they are. I said, I don't know if they're soundproofing or what. And she said, okay. I said, hate them. Absolutely hate them. And she was like, why don't you take them down? And I was going, because we tried taking them down. A couple actually had fallen off the wall, in the middle of the wall. And I said, but they leave the residue behind. And we go to put the sticky pads that they're stuck with. I said, we go to do them. I said, they're pulling off the paint. So I said, I really don't want to start painting. And she was like, Orla, it's €50 for a tub of paint. And she said, that would make you happy. And I was like, yeah, it would actually. She said, girl, she said, well, you just cop the hell onto yourself. She didn't say it that politely. It was a bit more, yeah. And I thought, oh, okay. So on my 2 days off, I came down and Carla stripped the wall. Sorry, I'm eating popcorn. You know the kernel of the popcorn. Anyway, so yeah, so that is 2024. So we know we have the divorce coming up. We don't know if we're going to be changing house. We don't know what's really happening. But I have decided for 2024, this is the year that I do things to make me happy. So if it is painting the wall, if it's buying a sofa, if it's, I don't know, booking a weekend away or a day away somewhere in a spa, I'm going to start prioritising stuff like that. Sorry lads, it's got a lot darker. My battery overheated in my camera. So as I was saying, it's things like that I want to prioritise, and I want to enjoy my life this year. And even if it is my last year in here in this house, I want to enjoy my neighbours. I want to enjoy just being, and every day I want to enjoy what's on offer for me. One of the things she said to me, and it sort of resonated with me, she says, you're spending all this time waiting around for this to happen. And she says, what are you going to do when it happens? I said, well, I'll have to get into mode. And she says, okay. So she says, take it away and pretend you don't know about it, and it just pops through your letterbox. She says, what are you going to do? Well, I have to get into it. So she says, why are you wasting time sitting around thinking about it? And thinking about what may be, what could be. She could get hit by a bus tomorrow. So I was like, okay, fair enough. That's now, I'm saying it to you very matter-of-factly, like it wasn't like that. It was more of a, if I could pick you up and shake you, I would. Or if I could slap you around the head, I would. That was sort of the vibe we were like she was working off, and I was just like, oh holy crap. But I needed to hear it. I needed to hear it because I left my life in limbo. We've got some great things coming up. Start getting myself organised and ready, but living a life as well. Like, it's not just sitting around waiting for this power to take over. Like, just I don't even know if I'm making sense at this stage. So that is what 2024, I'm actually excited for 2024. I'm actually going to prioritise my own wants and needs. I suppose it sounds so, even saying it out loud, I'm uncomfortable saying it out loud because I think it sounds so alien to myself. And yet there's other people out there and their kids are fine. They're out doing what they need to do. And I not that I don't envy them as in an envy, but I sort of go, I wish I could be more just going, I'm sorry, this is actually my time. You cannot encroach on this, and I need to do that. I need to do that a bit more. I think as a person in general, I am very much a caregiver, and I need to be also a caregiver to myself. That's one thing I've learned. And you know what they say, hindsight's 20/20 vision. And when I look back, and I'm sort of going, you really shouldn't have done that, or you should have done this, or you should have handled that differently for yourself, you know. So yeah, so guys, I hope this isn't too deep. I just feel my vlogs and stuff, they're all quite light-hearted, and then I'm hitting you with this heavy conversation. But it needs to be had, because I don't want to all of a sudden turn around in March or whenever it happens and go, huh, by the way, you know, all this was going on in the background. Just so you know, I will not mention the divorce in another video. This is the first and last time I'm going to speak about it. But until it's over. Then we'll have plenty to say. But until it's over, no, we're not going to say anything. We'll just get through it, do what we need to do, but just so you are aware that there is stuff like that going on in the background. And there's days, even now, I go to bed, my brain decides it wants to analyse everything, or it wants to play what if, or it wants to play the maybe game, and I'm tired and I'm hanging and I'm really struggling. Just so you know that there is this big thing going on in the background, and I know it's going to impact me, but this is why I'm saying this year I want to be mentally resilient and stronger, emotionally, I want to be emotionally, I want to be stronger. I want to be, what would you say, I want to be in tune with my own emotions, so I know where I'm standing and what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, instead of having some solicitor write me a letter and dictate how I should be feeling. Alright guys, hello, it's me, a month and a half after the last part of the video was recorded, and I'm happy to say I have got myself into a nice little nighttime routine and subsequently leading on to a daytime routine. Happy with that. So I just hope that first part of the chat wasn't too all over the place. I was trying to edit it back and I'm thinking, oh my god, there's so much explaining I need to do, but there isn't, if you know what I mean. But the other thing is, it's a month and a half later, there's been no updates, nothing's happened. I answered an email and that was the last I heard, so I don't know what's going on. But I am not letting it consume me anymore. I am not letting it hold over me with some great power of anticipation. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just going to mosey on with my life. So yeah, so that's really it. So I think the summary for 2024 is going to be getting myself prepared to the best of my ability for what may come, as in financially stable, emotionally stable, mentally resilient and stable, and just understand what I want, what I need, and sort of working to obtain them throughout this year. Last year, as I said, I was very much in limbo. I was very much hanging all over the place, and yeah, I had a good year. We had a good year overall. I just felt I was always waiting for this thing on my back to pounce. And no, I'm sorry, you're not getting that power over me anymore. I have decided this year, no. If it happens, it happens. I'll deal with it when it happens. I will get myself into the best position to deal with it when it does happen, but it's not going to consume me. So yeah, so that is, as for setting boundaries and stuff, sorry, just adjusting myself in the seat. The first couple of times when I actually went, no, I can't do that, or no, I'm sorry, that is outside my scope. It did feel a bit awkward, and I sort of came home and I was like, oh my god, what have I done? You know, and then I was thinking, no, I've actually done what's right for me. Do you know what the funny thing is? Having done that and stood up for myself or advocated for myself, it's actually weird. People don't... I was worried I'd upset people. I was worried that people were going to think I was a bitch. But people are actually not. Like, it sounds stupid because it's so basic, but it was something that just hadn't clicked in my head, I suppose would be the way to put it. Lads, I'm still rambling. I still don't know if I'm making sense. This is so daft. But yeah, so 2024, sorry, we're in the middle of a storm. The wind is so bad, it's actually whistling down my chimney. That's what the noises are, just in case you can hear it. I don't know if you can. The dog's freaked out, so he's curled on the couch with Kerry. I don't even know if this is making sense. But the only thing is, I am very sure in the choice I've made this year so far, and I'm very comfortable with them. So I'm happy. So long may it last this year. The other thing is, only a week, less than a week to our holidays. Not a child in the house is washed, not a child in the house is packed. I'm not packed. I have to get my room sorted, I have to pack, I have to sort out, oh. Anyway, that's for another day, that conversation. But guys, I really hope you're doing well. I hope 2024 has started off good for you. Long may it continue for us. If you're having a bad start to the year, don't worry about it. You have another 11 months to have a better year. So I will leave it there, lads, and I will talk to you in my next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.